Hi-ho dev noobs. Previously we discussed the method find that can return a first element fitting the given conditions. Today's method findIndex is very similar. The only difference is that it does not return the value but rather the index. Let's explore it together. The method findIndex returns the index of the first element in an array that satisfies the provided testing function. If no element satisfies the testing function, -1 is returned. This method has of course a callback function as an argument. It can be declared as an arrow function or a classic JavaScript function. The callback function itself has 3 arguments: element being processed in the array, index of the current element, and the array that the method has been called upon. The callback function should return truthy value to indicate that element has matched the condition or falsy value otherwise. Let's see the basic usage of the method findIndex in the first block of code. The basic examples cover using the method in a typical scenario. No exceptions or edge cases here. First call to the method on an array with greetings gets us the index of the first element longer than 6 characters. It is number 4. The second call to method uses both element and index, and it returns the index of the first element greater than 200 while having an odd index. The result was index number 3. The last call to a method utilizes all 3 arguments and it checks the index of the first element in the array smaller than the previous one. We get the index 3 as a result. The arrays we work with do not have to consist only of primitive values. The second block of code will showcase how we can easily work with objects as well. Both examples deal with an array that contains 3 objects representing 3 different types of fruits. Each item has 2 properties, name and sweetness. In the first example, we are using an old-school type of JavaScript function. It checks the sweetness of a given element, and if it is greater than 5, it returns true. The given object is returned. The second example shows how to achieve the same thing, but this time using the arrow function and destructuring to get the sweetness property directly without having to call the object itself. The second example searches for the first item with sweetness less than 4. The next section of examples will show how the findIndex method handles sparse arrays. Surprise, surprise, just like find method, also findIndex method visits empty slots and they are treated like fields with the value of undefined. Let's make sure it is really like that in the next block of code. Just like with find method, I am cheating because instead of condition I just iterate through all items to showcase that even the undefined and empty slots are included. Last exercise for today will show you how to work with an array-like object. Let's check it out. Just like with any other array method, the length property is the ultimate guide for the range of accessible digit properties. Because of that, only the indices 0, 1 and 2 are taken into consideration when method findIndex is invoked. Since each of them is less than the previous one, our findIndex method does not find anything and it returns -1. But if we change the length property to a higher number that would include the last digit property, suddenly the condition function finds the candidate larger than its predecessor. Returned value will be number 3. Okay, that was everything I had for today. Examples are written and executed. Special cases are mostly handled. Sure, there's many more, but you will have to deal with those yourselves. I am thankful for you sticking until the end of the lesson. If you like the content I make, consider subscribing to my channel, liking my video and clicking that notification bell to get notified about the next video that will come out soon. Until then, see you all!